everybody, my name is Jenna and today I thought I would show you all of these signed books that I currently have in my collection. I just counted them all up and there are 23 books, which is super exciting. Some of them are like double up authors, so I haven't met 23 different authors, although you know what, I probably have, because I do have other things around the place that have been signed by people. I'm not going to show you those. I think this is all of the books that I have currently that I have signed. If not, I'm planning on making a part 2 of this video when I kind of get up like a big collection of books again. Most of these though you have probably already seen in various like supernova hauls, or just actually, you know what, most of them would have been just in like ordinary supernova hauls, but obviously if you don't watch those videos then these are probably going to be new to you. I'm not going to tell you too much about what each book is about. I'm just going to tell you the name, author, show you what they signed, and then also talk about how or where I met them. So these are definitely in no particular order. I literally just was pulling them out of my bookshelf and put them down in 3 different piles. So I'm just going to get started on the left hand pile because that seems the most logical to me. So first up I have Captive Prince by C.S. Pacat. I've actually met her a couple of times now at various different Comic-Cons and Supernovas, but I finally picked up the first book in her trilogy. She signed it for me, which was really lovely. It just says, "To Jenna, enjoy the journey," and with her signature. And I met her and picked this one up at Melbourne Comic Con this year. So next up I have A Town Called Dust by Justin Woolley. This one I sort of saw a couple of times. I've recognized the name because I recognized Lynette Noni. She sort of, okay, like Lynette is friends with Justin, and so I sort of messaged Lynn and was like, do you know Justin Woolley? And she goes, yeah, I do. Is he there? Like, I was at Melbourne Comic Con again, and she goes, yeah, like, is he there? Like, you should say hi, buy his book. And so I did. I picked up this one. So he signed it. It says, "Jenna, great to meet you at Oz Comic Con. Thanks to Lynette for getting you interested." I literally know nothing at all about this book, but yeah, Lynn recommended it, so I'm really excited to give it a go. Next up I have Fireburn Island by Ash Oldfield. This one I picked up at Melbourne Supernova this year. It's signed. It just says, "Dear Jenna, I'm so glad you're happy being a water dragon," and then she signed it and also said, "Good luck with your writing," which I thought was really lovely. I was a water dragon. I did like this quiz sort of thing, and then she determined I was a water dragon, so I was really happy about that, which is why she wrote it. And we still talked a little bit about how I want to be a writer as well, which was really lovely, and I'm really glad that I met her and got to get her book signed. Penguin Australia hosted a Penguin Teen Showcase, I think it was, and they had one in Adelaide where they brought 2 authors. One of the authors that they brought was Jennifer Niven. They brought her over from America, so I was able to get both of her books signed, so All the Right Places and Holding Up the Universe. All the Right Places actually kind of has yellow pages now, but she sort of wrote it in here. She said, "Jenna, thank you for being one of my bright places," and then signed it, which I thought was really sweet. And then in Holding Up the Universe she wrote, "Jenna, you are wanted, you are loved," and then signed it as well, which was really lovely. I haven't had a chance to read Holding Up the Universe yet, and unfortunately wasn't the biggest fan of All the Right Places, which is one of the reasons why I haven't picked this one up yet. But I'm thinking now that I've spoken to Jennifer and I've gotten to sort of hear her story, I think I'm going to give it another go and definitely give this one a go as well. I also have Ballad for a Mad Girl by Vicky Wakefield. This one I met Vicky at one of the YA Circle meetings. She came, this was our, I want to say our August book of the month, and she came to that meeting, which was really lovely, and she signed it for me. It just says Jenna and then the signature, which was really lovely. She's actually an Adelaide author, I'm pretty sure, which was one of the reasons why it was really cool to get to meet her and to have her sign my book. So the next 2 books that I have to show you, I haven't actually met either of the authors, but I found the autographed editions in Dimmicks and just couldn't resist buying them, and that is Illumine and Gemina. So they're signed by Amy Kaufman and Jay Cristal, so obviously it's not personalized or anything, it's literally just the signature in both of the books. So yeah, you can see, not personalized, but still pretty cool that I've got these autographed editions, and I kind of love it. Next up is a really exciting one, and that is A Court of Thorns and Roses by Sarah J. Maas. I met Sarah at Adelaide Supernova in 2015, so not the past Supernova, but the one that was before. And I met her. I didn't actually know who she was at the time. I hadn't heard of the Throne of Glass series, hadn't read this series at all because the first book had just come out. But I actually went at the very end of the day so that I could talk to her for a little bit longer, and I told her a bit about how I want to be a writer, that sort of thing. So she wrote, "To Jenna, never stop writing," and then signed it, which was really lovely. And I sort of look at this every now and then if I ever need inspiration, because she is an amazing writer and an amazing like author, and to have her say that was really lovely. Another book that I picked up at that same Adelaide Supernova was Bound by Alan Baxter. I don't know a lot about this one, but Alan did sign it for me. I was talking to him about how I buy books and then don't read them, especially when it comes to Supernova. So he sort of wrote, "To Jenna, hope you read this before next next Supernova, and spoiler alert, I did not. And this could have been, actually, you know what, I reckon this book could have been last year's Supernova. No, it would have been, I don't know, I don't remember which Supernova now, honestly. They're getting all kind of jumbled, but either way, I did not read it before whenever the next Supernova was, so my bad. Sorry, Alan. I have Amazon 7 Book 1 Mission Queen by Alex James. This one I picked up at, I think it was Melbourne Supernova this year, and it's just signed to Jenna C. Blade 7, which is apparently a TV show that has a character named Jenna in it, so I don't know. This one's kind of cool looking, and I'm actually kind of interested to read it because it's a sci-fi, and I never read enough science fictions. I then have a collector's edition signed copy of The Painted Man by Peter V. Brett. You can see in here it is number 95, and it says, "Lovely to meet you at Nova Adelaide. Don't fear the dark," which is pretty cool. I know that this is a really popular series, and I'm really excited to get to read it someday. And the fact that I have like this super rare, well, I don't know if it's super rare, but I know it's like this super cool collector's edition that I just couldn't resist buying. I then have a group of books that none of you are going to be surprised are on this list, and that is, of course, the Midori Chronicles by Lynette Noni. So I have Akane, which is signed. First time I ever met Lynette, she signed this. "Dear Jenna, enjoy your time in Midori, embrace the wonder." Don't worry, Lynette, I have, and I will never stop. So I then have Raylia, which just says really simply, "Jenna, page 166, yay!" For those of you who haven't read the book, page 166 is where my favorite character of the entire series shows up. So that's awesome. I asked her to write that because I got this one signed. I got the first one signed at Adelaide Supernova 2015, and then I got this one signed at, actually, I got this one signed on the Cora release day this year, and I asked her, I was like, please write that, I'm begging you. So she did, which was awesome. And last up is Cora, and this one has kind of a page of stuff written. So it's got like, "R.I.P. baby Ava, may he live in our hearts forever." It's got a picture of Zira. "Thanks for all the late night Twitter combos and laughs. Here's to many more, and never forget, live in the moment." And this is one that I actually got sent to my house because I was a runner-up in the Chosen One competition. So it was like an advanced reader's copy, and she signed it, and she signed it with all these lovely words. And yes, we have many late night Twitter conversations, many of which end in tears as well. Not sure how that happens, but it quite often does. Last pile, guys, we're doing well. And believe it or not, the last pile I think is entirely full of Australian authors. No, that can't be right. Hold on, where's this one? I reckon this is the one that's set in Brisbane. Oh my god, it is! I literally have a pile. I did not do this on purpose, but I have a pile of like entirely Australian authored books that I have signed here. How cool is that? Wow! Oh. So first up, I have Vigil by Angela Schlatter. This is one that I picked up at Supernova last year in Adelaide, and it just says, "To Jenna, enjoy the sirens, the cake, and the oh god, I had this trouble last time I tried to say this as well. Weird? How would you say that word? Weird? I think so. Best, Angela. Thanks. Maybe next time I meet you, you can tell me how to say that word, because I am so confused and I butcher it literally every single time. And Cora by N.A. Lockel. This is a self-published novel, which is really cool. I've never read one of those before until I read this book. And this one just says, "To Jenna, the adventure begins, Nicholas and Allison," and they signed it as well, which was really lovely. So I also met these guys at Adelaide Supernova probably last year. I'm getting really confused between like the Adelaide Supernovas because I know that I met Lynette and Sarah, the Supernova, before I met everybody else, so. So at the Penguin Showcase, they also brought Cristal Sutherland. She is an Australian author, which is really cool. And I got her to sign Our Chemical Hearts, which is a book that I really enjoyed. And it just says, "Jenna, find your gold seams," which I thought was really lovely. And then she signed it down the bottom as well. And then have Lady Helen and the Dark Days Club by Allison Goodman. She signed this one for me. It says, "To Jenna, welcome to the Dark Days Club." And really awesomely, she put the date, so 19th of the 11th, 2016. So I know full well this, oh my god, 19th of the 11th, really? Oh, that's hilarious. Supernova's on legit the exact same weekend this year. So yeah, I definitely got this one at Adelaide Supernova last year. I then picked up, what is this book? Hindsight by Melanie Casey. She signed this one as well. It says, "Hi Jenna, lovely to meet you at Supernova 2016. And this one is one that I am excited to read, mainly because it's set in Adelaide, so that's really cool, but it's also like more adult fiction and like creepifying, which is one of the reasons why I haven't picked it up yet, but I really want to. I then have two books that I got signed at 2 different times. I'm struggling to remember when I got the first book signed. My guess is it was at Adelaide Supernova last year, because I know the second one I got signed at Melbourne Supernova this year, but the first one, I'm really unsure about. I'm pretty sure that's when it was, and that is Who's Afraid and Who's Afraid 2 by Maria Lewis. this. So Who's Afraid, Maria signed, and it said, oh god, where is the signature? Here we go. It says, Jenna, Lynette Noni takes a 10% commission of this book, so thanks for supporting the dream. Welcome to the wolf pack. And she drew a little wolf because I told her that like Lynette had told me to read this one. And I think, you know what, it must have been at Adelaide Supernova in 2016 because Lynette wasn't there, but Maddie was because she was with Melanie, and that's when I have no idea when I've got this one, but either way, I have it. And then the second one got signed, like I said, at Melbourne Supernova, and this one's a funny one. And this one says, if I can ever open it, oh my god! This one says, Jenna, thank you so much for joining the She Pack and befriending me that day at Grilled in Sydney. Here's to writing novels in each of your books. Because as she was writing it, I told her, I'm like, you're writing a novel. She goes, I know. And she drew another little wolf, which was really lovely. And the Grilled story, basically, on the Cora release day, I was at Grilled with some booktuber friends, and she walked past, and we were like, Maria, hey! And so then I got to talking with her on the way to Lynn's book launch sort of thing, which was really awesome, and I'm glad that I did because she's so lovely, and I just, yeah, I love that this happened. And last but certainly not least is a book that I got signed at Adelaide, no, wait, where did I get it signed? Oh my god, the second music, Melbourne Supernova! I got it signed at Melbourne Supernova, and that is Valentine by Jody McAlister, and this one is really cool. It just says something very simple. Why? Oh my goodness! Oh! Note to self, turn off the damn Jamoji before filming! Oh, what a disaster. So anyway, yeah, this is Valentine by Jody McAlister, and it just says, Dear Jenna, write your own fairy tale, because I was talking to her again about wanting to be a writer. I tend to do that a lot when I'm talking to authors, be like, I want to be a writer too. I like the encouragement that they give. They always give like such amazing encouragement, and a lot of them write it in the books that I get signed as well, which I just absolutely love. So there you go, those are the 23 books that I currently have in my signed collection. I'm like 90% sure that I don't have any others, so this should be everything. But yeah, it's really cool. Let me know in the comment section below what signed books you guys have and where you met the author and got it signed, or if it was kind of like the Illumina and Gemini situation where you just kind of picked up an autographed copy in a store. I would love to know. If you like this video, be sure to give it a huge thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel so you don't miss a thing. Stay random. Bye.